John Rockefeller. John Davidson Rockefeller was born far back as 1839 on the 8th of July. Rockefeller's father, Bill, was said to be a dubious man who looked for every way possible to teach his children street sense. He was determined to make his children understand that life wasn't fair and you need to wise up to have your place in this world. However, his mother was a sharp contrast to his father and would find ways to influence her son positively, putting godly values into him constantly. She influenced him to the point that he became a born-again Christian even at a very early age. Can we say that the conflict in parenthood similarly helped Rockefeller get to the point he got to in life? His father teaching him street and business sense, while his mother taught him godly ways. Can the two personalities blend to create a powerful man? His father, however, was never around and was always on the road. It was said that he dealt in the business of mixing medicinal potions that never worked and selling to people who were gullible enough to buy. However, the good thing was he taught his children shrewdness. John never had a close relationship with his father, as he would go for a very long time, long enough till the last money he brought home will be finished, so he could drop another huge sum and hit the road again. However, whenever he was around, he made it a point of duty to teach his boys about life. He would find a way to cheat them to make them smart. One of the examples he taught them about being smart on their toes was when he asked John to fall into his arms, pretending he would catch his son but moving his hand at the last minute, making John fall hard on the floor. This is no wonder why John and his brother named Williams became the smartest and richest man during their lifetime. When Rockefeller turned 16, he was determined to become independent. He wanted to be self-sufficient and stop waiting for his father to come back from his long trips with heavy heaps of money derived from duping people. John Rockefeller opted to take a course on bookkeeping, which took him 3 months to achieve. After looking for a job for several weeks, he found one with a company in Cleveland, United States. Since John had a business sense like his father, he was ready to start a business within a few years of having saved enough money. He found a partner and together they began. John was very smart in money matters and developed a very keen saving culture. As at 27, he had become the owner of an oil refinery in Cleveland, which was said to be the biggest of its kind as at then. The next thing to do was for him to start up a business in meats, grains, and many other products. He was smart enough to cite the future need for expanding oil production, and he leveraged on that need by setting up an oil refinery beside Cleveland. This was his first ever refinery. This happened in 1863. John founded an oil company which he named Standard Oil in 1870 and became rich as the demand for kerosene and gas increased. He began to control 90% of the oil in the USA and used the railroad to transport his oil. Soon and sadly enough, his business started to face scrutiny and criticism. Rockefeller founded the University of Chicago and Rockefeller University. He also contributed financially to the creation of the Central Philippine University, which was located in the Philippines. The oil business started to be seen as a risky one, as it attracted fires that would effortlessly burn down the refineries. John started to encourage people to invest in his oil business and rewarded any investor very well. In the long run, selling shares to investors was a good decision for the company, as the company never suffered any loss eventually. John Rockefeller had more to gain than lose. Soon enough, the criticism increased and the federal government was forced to create laws that would bring down John's work for many years. This was because a lot of people began to find his mode of business unfavorable. This situation forced John Rockefeller to step down and put the business in the hand of a subordinate. He was 55 at the time. After he retired, he went deeply into being a philanthropist, as he used his wealth to immensely make life better for society. He was very faithful when he came to tithing, which he did right from when he started his first job ever, and he continued to the end of his life. John also gave outside the church. It was noted that when he was much younger, he gave financial assistance to the blacks who were just released from being slaves. He was noted that he had a soft spot towards them and was very much eager to help them bounce back out of the life they had known. John D. Rockefeller's net worth at some point was estimated to be the largest in the history of the world. He was also said to be a generous man, giving plenty of his wealth away per time. John got most of his wealth from the Standard Oil Company. During that time, The company was reorganized to be the most powerful company ever. Due to its monopolistic nature, it dragged down aspiring competitors and never allowed them to see the light of day. John was married to Laura Spellman, and together they had 5 children. Laura was notably his confidant, and it was said that he relied on her counsel almost every time. John was a very religious man, and this helped to guide his life, habits, decisions, as well as his business. Rockefeller was a devoted Christian who attended church services every Sunday. It was noted that he never indulged in questionable habits. He was never in alcohol, and neither did he smoke. He was also said to be a devoted and committed family man, never spending time away from his family as did his father. Notably, this value was transferred to his son and grandson, who are said to live very good lives worthy of emulation. His son and grandson, John Jr. and John III, were good and devoted Christians too, just like John Sr. was. It was also noted that his wife's parents were abolitionists, and this further inspired him to assist the African Americans. Other institutions he funded include Spelman College in Georgia, which happened to be a college for black women, and also the University of Chicago, where he was said to have given several millions. At some point, he was put under serious pressure by the number of financial requests he received. It got to a point that he asked that his son to handle anything that had to do with donations and giving. It was reported that thousands of people will write letters to John requesting for financial assistance, which became quite cumbersome. No doubt, a man like John Rockefeller is rare. Can we find a man in this time and age who is the wealthiest in his country, is God-fearing, and has high moral values at the same time? Will he also be a great husband, father, as well as an ardent giver who gives to the cause of the society and individuals in need of financial help? Truly, John Rockefeller is an inspiration to anyone that aspires to be balanced. Wealth without character or moral standing isn't wealth at all. John Rockefeller proves to us that it is possible to be an all-round success. Such a man can never be forgotten. Thank you very much for watching our videos. We'd like to give you another interesting video for you to enjoy next. But before then, our team will be very happy if you can like this video and share it with your friends on social media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss other interesting videos like this. Look at your screen now to see 2 other interesting videos we handpicked for you to enjoy next. We love you.